In the heart of a tranquil village, nestled among emerald meadows and whispering trees, lived a young girl named Ilara. Her small, thatched roof house stood at the edge of the village, overlooking fields of swaying wheat and fragrant wildflowers. Despite their modest surroundings, Ilara and her mother, Maya, lived a life filled with love, laughter, and simple joys. Ilara was a vision of beauty, with cascading chestnut curls that framed her delicate features and eyes as blue as the summer sky. Her gentle nature and kind heart endeared her to all who knew her, and she was beloved by the villagers for her generosity and compassion. Maya, her mother, was the heart of their home. Despite her advancing age, she was a pillar of strength, her warm smile and wise counsel a source of comfort to Ilara. Together, they tended to their small garden, cooked hearty meals over the crackling fire, and shared stories under the starlit sky. But their peaceful existence was soon shattered when Maya fell gravely ill. Ilara, with her heart heavy with worry, tended to her mother day and night, brewing herbal remedies and reciting soothing lullabies in a desperate bid to ease her suffering. But as the days passed, Maya grew weaker, her once vibrant spirit fading like the dying embers of a fire. Despite the looming shadow of illness, Ilara remained by her mother's side, her love unwavering and her resolve unbroken. She took on the responsibility of caring for their home, cooking meals and tending to the garden, all the while praying for a miracle to save her beloved mother. As the village whispered of Ilara's beauty and grace, news of her devotion to her ailing mother spread far and wide. Little did she know that her selfless acts of kindness would soon attract the attention of unexpected visitors, setting into motion a chain of events that would change her life forever. Chapter 2. The Illness. As the days turned into weeks, Maya's illness lingered like a dark cloud over their small home. Ilara watched helplessly as her mother's once vibrant spirit dimmed, replaced by the pallor of sickness. Despite her efforts, the herbal remedies and soothing words brought no relief, and Ilara's heart grew heavier with each passing day. The village healer, an elderly woman with a wealth of knowledge passed down through generations, visited their home regularly. She examined Maya with a furrowed brow, her wise eyes clouded with concern. She prescribed tonics and poultices, hoping to alleviate Maya's suffering, but the illness persisted, its grip tightening with each passing moment. Ilara, with determination etched into her brow, took on the role of caregiver with unwavering devotion. She woke before the sun, gathering herbs and ingredients for the healer's potions. She cooked nourishing meals, hoping to tempt Maya's weakened appetite. And every night, she sat by her mother's bedside, holding her hand and whispering words of comfort into the darkness. Despite the weight of her responsibilities, Ilara never wavered. Her love for her mother was a beacon of light in their darkest hour, guiding them through the storm of illness with unwavering strength. As the village buzzed with rumors of Ilara's tireless efforts to save her mother, word of her beauty and kindness reached the ears of travelers passing through. Among them were emissaries from a neighboring kingdom, their mission shrouded in mystery and intrigue. Little did Ilara know that their arrival would herald a new chapter in her life, one filled with hope, love, and unforeseen challenges. Chapter 3. The Journey to the Palace. The arrival of the emissaries sent a ripple of excitement through the village. Ilara, weary from her vigil by her mother's side, was approached by a group of travelers bearing news of their mission. They spoke of a prince in a neighboring kingdom, a young man of noble birth seeking a bride worthy of his kingdom. Intrigued by Ilara's beauty and the tales of her kindness, the emissaries extended an invitation. They spoke of a journey to the palace, where the prince awaited, hoping to find a bride whose heart was as pure as her beauty was captivating. Despite her grief and the uncertainty of the future, Ilara felt a flicker of hope ignite within her heart. She saw this as an opportunity to secure a future for herself and honor her mother's memory by embracing this new path laid out before her. With a heavy heart and a sense of determination, Elara bid farewell to her home and the village she had known all her life. She joined the emissaries on their journey, the weight of her mother's illness and the prospect of an unknown future weighing heavily on her mind. As they traveled through rolling hills and verdant valleys, Elara marveled at the beauty of the world around her. She found solace in the gentle sway of the carriage and the rhythmic clip-clop of the horses' hooves, the journey itself a balm to her weary soul. Finally, after days of travel, they arrived at the palace, a majestic structure that seemed to touch the very sky. Elara's heart fluttered with a mixture of excitement and apprehension as she stepped onto the palace grounds, her destiny awaiting her within its hallowed halls. Little did she know that her arrival would mark the beginning of a new chapter in her life, one filled with challenges, triumphs, and the promise of a love that would transcend time. Chapter 4. A New Life Beckons. As Elara stepped into the grandeur of the palace, she was greeted by a world of opulence and splendor. The emissaries led her through corridors adorned with tapestries and frescoes, their colors vibrant and alive, depicting scenes of a kingdom steeped in history and tradition. She was escorted to a chamber fit for royalty, its walls draped in silks and velvets, its furnishings ornate and luxurious. Elara felt a sense of awe and wonder wash over her as she realized the magnitude of the change that awaited her. The prince, a handsome and kind-hearted man, awaited her with a warm smile. He spoke of his admiration for her strength and her beauty, and he expressed his hope that she would find happiness in her new life as his bride. Despite the grandeur of her surroundings, Elara's heart was heavy with grief. Her mother's condition had worsened during her absence, and news had reached her of Maya's passing. Elara's grief was palpable, her sorrow a deep well that threatened to consume her. In the midst of her mourning, Elara found solace in the prince's kindness and understanding. He offered her comfort and support, his words a balm to her wounded heart. Together they mourned the loss of her mother, finding strength in each other's presence. Despite her grief, Elara knew that she had to embrace her new role as princess. She took on her duties with grace and dignity, determined to honor her mother's memory and make a difference in her new kingdom. As days turned into weeks and weeks into months, Elara's grief began to ease, replaced by a sense of purpose and determination. She threw herself into her new role, using her position to help those in need and make a positive impact on the kingdom. And so, Elara's journey from a humble village to the grandeur of the palace became a tale of resilience and strength, a testament to the power of love and the indomitable spirit of the human heart. Chapter 5. The Loss. As the days passed, Elara's grief weighed heavily upon her. The palace, once a place of wonder and opportunity, now felt empty and cold without her mother's presence. She missed Maya's comforting words and gentle touch, her absence a constant ache in Elara's heart. Despite her grief, Elara knew that she had to stay strong. She remembered her mother's words of wisdom and love, finding comfort in the memories they shared. She knew that Maya would want her to embrace her new life, to find happiness and purpose in her role as princess. The prince, understanding and compassionate, stood by Elara's side through her darkest days. His love and support were a source of strength, his presence a reminder that she was not alone in her grief. As time passed, Elara's grief began to transform into determination. She vowed to honor her mother's memory in everything she did, to live a life that would make Maya proud. She threw herself into her duties with renewed vigor, using her position to help those in need and make a positive impact on the kingdom. The people of the kingdom admired Elara for her strength and resilience. They saw in her a beacon of hope, a reminder that even in the face of loss, life could go on and new beginnings could be found. And so, Elara's journey continued, her grief a part of her, but not defining her. She embraced her new life with courage and grace, knowing that her mother's spirit would always be with her, guiding her on her path.
Chapter 6: The Princess of Hearts. As Elara immersed herself in her duties as princess, her kindness and compassion became legendary throughout the kingdom. She visited the villages, bringing food and aid to the needy. The palace walls echoed with tales of Elara's generosity and selflessness. She used her position to enact change, implementing programs to help the poor and disadvantaged, her heart always open to those in need. The people of the kingdom admired and respected Elara, not just for her beauty and grace, but for her unwavering dedication to making their lives better. They called her the Princess of Hearts, a title she wore with humility and pride. Despite her newfound responsibilities, Elara remained true to herself. She never forgot where she came from, always remembering the lessons her mother had taught her. She lived her life with kindness and compassion. Her actions a testament to the love she had for her mother and her people. As the years passed, Elara's legacy grew, her impact on the kingdom profound and lasting. She became a symbol of hope and inspiration, a reminder that even the humblest beginnings could lead to greatness. And so, Elara's story became legend, a tale of love, loss, and redemption. She had started as a poor girl living in a small house, but through her courage and compassion, she had become a princess, leaving behind a legacy of kindness and love that would endure for generations to come. Chapter 7: A Princess's Legacy. As the years passed, Elara's kindness and compassion continued to shape the kingdom. The programs she had implemented flourished, providing aid and support to those in need. The people of the kingdom lived in peace and prosperity, their hearts filled with gratitude for their beloved princess. Elara's story became a legend, passed down from generation to generation. Mothers told their children of the poor girl who became a princess, inspiring them to believe in themselves and their dreams. Elara's name became synonymous with hope and resilience, her legacy a testament to the power of love and compassion. In the twilight of her life, Elara looked back on her journey with a heart full of gratitude. She knew that her mother would be proud of the woman she had become, proud of the love and kindness she had spread throughout the kingdom. As she sat in the garden of the palace, surrounded by the beauty she had helped to create, Elara felt a sense of peace wash over her. She knew that her time as princess was coming to an end. But she also knew that her legacy would live on, a beacon of light in a world that sometimes seemed dark and uncertain. Elara passed away, surrounded by love and gratitude. Her story lived on, a reminder that even the smallest act of kindness could change the world, and that true greatness lay not in riches or power, but in the love we shared and the lives we touched.